in London and play out all the games that most of the games that they had on offer at E3. So had to play with some of the big ones. So just going to talk about them now and what I kind of think of them. So the first one that came up was Mario Maker. Now, I was quite sceptic about Mario Maker because I mean, a lot of people went, oh, it's just a Little Big Planet rip-off, it's a level design building game, blah, 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 blah. And I was kind of in that camp to a certain extent. I wasn't interested by it because I was like, I don't really want something where I've got to build levels. Like, I don't want to necessarily be a game designer. I want professionals to do it for me and, just give me the levels to play. However, what I played at E3 was really good. First off, they're doing a really good... I'm just going to put up my notes actually so I can remember I'm getting everything right. So first off, let's have a look here. Because there was a lot of things I asked them and they were like, oh, we don't know and we don't really know what's going on with that, blah, 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 blah. But there were some things they could say for certain. So there should be some sort of... There's probably going to be like an online leaderboard, an online community where you can try out different people's levels. And we were trying out the levels from guys from Nintendo World Championships on the levels they made, which are really cool and really challenging. You can do the palette swap, so you can build levels or play levels from the original Super Mario Bros. On Nintendo, Super Mario Bros. 3 from Nintendo, Super Mario World as well, which is my personal favourite, and also as well New Super Mario Bros. U. So you can build levels in them. So I built a level for New Super Mario Bros. Wii U. It's really simple and quite easy to do, and it really works with the gamepad. I mean, like any of the videos you've seen where they kind of talk you through how you do it and build it, it's exactly like that. Just had the gamepad there, and I went, right, I want to get some blocks go there, put a gap, blocks go there, try out on the jump, and you can kind of see where it shows sort of a stop frame motion of Mario as he's going throughout your levels when you're doing it, so you can kind of see exactly where you've got to make the jump points, or like where's the last pixel that the jump can do to get to the end. So it's pretty cool. One of the interesting things about it as well is that you can't just, and this I really like, you can't just design a ridiculously hard level and put it online. You've got to beat the level that you've built, otherwise it's not going up on sort of the community boards. So that was really, really cool. It looked really impressive. I only got to play with 2 different palette types that they had, but they work really well. There was also as well, there's going to be support for... you can do sort of different skins where you can play as opposed to Mario, you can play as like Peach, Yoshi, Bowser and Link. And I think it's if you got the Amiibo for it, you can try it that way and sort of you get this nice little Link effect. You can't really do any like special like Link figure actions. I mean, I was playing as Link on it, but it was just really cool. It's the little things that matter. But yeah, I mean, the interface was quite confusing. I mean, I was on it for about a good 15 minutes, but just kind of like navigating around was a little bit strange. It's kind of like navigating around the Nintendo store, I found. And that is a bit of a pain navigating around that store. But it looked really good. I'm actually quite excited for it. I'm really looking forward to actually picking that up. I probably won't try building my own levels in it too much. I'll just play everyone else's levels they've made, because there's going to be some really good things coming out from a lot of the other people. The next one I played was I done the Zelda game, which is Zelda Triforce Heroes. So they had this there with this is on the 3DS. So they had 3 3DSs set up, and I played with 2 of the people who were actually 2 of the people working on the stalls there. So I played with them. Really good. So what it is, it's kind of like it's reminiscent of the Zelda game. I think it was the 4 Swords they'd done on the Game Boy Advance that linked up to the GameCube. Where you could kind of all play together. It's kind of like that, but it's with the new 3DS style. What's the one where I can't remember what it's called now. It's a throwback to A Link to the Past where you can go on the wall. It's that kind of graphical style and gameplay. So it's 3-player co-op, which I thought was a bit strange. I thought they would have done 4-player. 4's kind of the magic number. But no, for whatever reason, it's 3-player co-op. There's going to be a story mode in it, and there'll be like single-player campaign. But didn't say anything about that. They didn't know anything more. It was just sort of this one level we played. And it worked really well. The only thing about it is that, again, there's no voice. From what I could see, there's probably no voice chat on it. I think when I asked them, they said they didn't know, but I doubt there is. So on the bottom of your 3DS, you've got where you can sort of give commands or notifications to your other players. That's how you communicate with them. At the top's where you see all the action going through. The 3D actually works quite well on it as well. I was quite surprised about that. But yeah, we just kind of sort of what did we do? We ran around and we had to get from point A to B and figure out a couple of Zelda puzzles. Oh, we fought a boss as well. There was an interesting little thing where you stack up on top of each other. So you're in like a totem and you run around like that and like you're shooting things and whatnot. But yeah, I mean it's a Zelda game and it's obviously a retro throwback Zelda game because it's on the 3DS. So that's what it is. It was a lot of fun though, and I'm really looking forward to playing a bit more of that when it comes out. Then the next one. Fucking StarFox was there. StarFox. Gosh, it's been too fucking long, and I'm glad to see we get to play a new StarFox game. However, from what I saw, they did say it was like a demo, it's a beta demo, blah blah blah. It doesn't look graphically amazing. It didn't look it like on the ships, it just looked a bit too pixelated for my liking. It could just be that, like they say, well, it's a demo and a beta and probably the graphics are going to improve, and I really hope they do, but I was looking at it going, yeah, it kind of borderlines on acceptable, and the worry is that they're going to rely on the nostalgia factor to get the game out, as opposed to actually sitting down and sort of making something a bit different. So we played that, and what it was, we done the first level, which was Cortana, and I think that was the same one from the N64, because I was sort of, muscle memory was kicking in at some points, and it was a bit of a shame. I mean, it was a bit of a shame that was the demo, or like one part of the demo, because it was like, well, give me something new, give me something different, don't just give me this. But it worked quite well. You could switch quite easily to, actually no, I'll get to that in a sec. But you just sort of flew around. Now the big thing about it is the Wii U screen, is because of the Wii U gamepad. So what you do is on the TV you've got your third person view of the ship, and on the Wii U gamepad you see first person through the cockpit view. So what you can do is you use the cockpit view if you want to like precisely hit an enemy. Otherwise, you just look at the screen. It uses the gyro control. I'm not a big fan of the gyro controls personally. I mean, unlike Splatoon, the first thing I did was switch that off straight away. But I did kind of like it on this, and once I got used to it, it did sort of work, sort of going around like that and shooting things and whatnot, while just carrying on going forward with the third person on the TV. So that worked quite well. So yeah, what it was sort of fly through Katana, there was a boss battle. When we got to the boss battle, it went into free range mode, so you're no longer sort of stuck on rails, could fly around like absolutely freely. The controls were good, but there were some things that were quite annoying. So you could do the somersault, but you couldn't do the one where and I'm going to try and get this right, you go up and then you like that, and then you flip round and you go that way. Sorry, I can't do it with my hands. The girl who was showing me the game didn't know if you could do that or not, and I was trying to flick around buttons and kind of didn't get it working. I think I may have done it at one point, but I may have actually threw out the stage and it just come back in. So we done that when it was like a boss battle. Now the other thing was you could actually switch to a walker mode quite easily. You just sort of press A when you're flying around and you just go down and you're on your feet and you're in like a mech basically, and you shoot up at stuff. That was pretty cool. Quite enjoyed that. So we played StarFox, and then we done sort of this first level, and then we went on to play. They've got one of the complete. It's like a dogfight battle in space. So we've done that. That was really cool. It looked a little bit visually better, but that may have been because it was in space. So sort of the overall aesthetic of it helped the graphics. But it played really well. I'm really looking forward to it. I really hope they don't fuck it up, and try to do something a bit different. Don't just give me a rehash of Lilac Wars. Lilac Wars is great, but let's move on. Let's move on. You've got the franchise. Let's go with it. Let's go with it somewhere. Anyway, I don't mind. There is one thing I can say about that is that get your Fox and Slippery Splatoons in now, because there is support for them. The Super Smash Bros. Ones, there is going to be support for them on this new StarFox. Apparently you get like some power-ups or special ship. So definitely try and get your hands on them now. don't make the mistake like I did with the Splatoon amiibos and just I thought, oh, I'll get it when it comes out, and now they're going for like triple the price at some places. So I'm going to make sure I get myself a StarFox and a Slippery now, because I am going to pick up the game when it comes out. Next up, I played some Mario Tennis, of the new one coming out. It's Mario Tennis, that's all it really is. You know, it's the exact same type of game we've had. Mario Tennis has always been a bit of a funny one. You know, it's definitely a staple of every Nintendo system. However, it's never sort of been up there with Mario Kart. It's never really done it. So yeah, it's a Mario Tennis game. It's got the charm. It played quite well. I quite enjoyed it. The thing I was quite surprised about was that I asked the guy. I was like, "Oh, does it do motion support? Like, can you click the ball and all that kind of stuff?" He's like, "No, it doesn't do any of that," which I was really surprised about. I kind of thought it's a tennis game. It's like Wii Sports. Put it in there. This is what you're known for, Nintendo. You still got the motion controls. Why not do it? But apparently not. Yeah, it was just a simple, little Mario game. Mario Tennis game. Nothing too impressive. Then the next one I played was that... Now, I didn't play it properly. They had there... I'm just going to pull up exactly... Right. They had Metroid, the new Metroid there on the 3DS, but they didn't have... It didn't have Federation Force per se. They had this thing I was playing called... I'm trying to see if I can find what it was called now. It was called like Blast Ball or something like that. What was it? Here it is. Yeah, it was Blast Ball. So what it was that it was 3-on-3. I can describe it. Right, it's 3-on-3, and you are a person who goes inside a bigger mech. There's a giant ball that you've got to get into the opponent's goal. How you get the ball into the goal is you've got to shoot the ball. But obviously they're shooting the ball on the other side, so the ball's kind of like moving backwards and forwards a little bit. So then what you kind of got to do is you've got to do one of two things. You can either shoot the guys to get rid of them so you can easily get the ball in, or B, sort of navigate round at an angle that you can try to sort of counterbalance the way they're shooting, pop the ball out, and then get it round. So I played a bit of that. That was okay. The controls of it was a bit of a strange thing to kind of get used to, and it was a bit of a weird game. They had like the full 6 3DSs there set up, and I didn't know what the Metroid Federation Force is. I heard, because I haven't watched any of the E3 stuff yet, because I wanted to go to this and see what I thought about it before. So now I'm going to go back and watch a lot of the E3 stuff. So, but what I did hear was that a lot of people were slagging off whatever came out of Metroid for the 3DS. So I sort of went to the guy like, "Oh, is this it? Like, I can understand why people are screwing." He's like, "No, this is kind of like just a tutorial or like an extra mode in Federation Force. This isn't actually like a full game." I was like, "Oh, well, that's very good news to start." But what he said about it as well was that if you've got one cartridge of it, so if you've got one card of the game, and you with like 6 people and you've all got 3DSs, you only need one cart to play this particular mode on it. So that was pretty alright. It was so it's like a football mech mini ball game is the way I've written it down. But they didn't have any Federation Force, so I couldn't actually try anything of that. What the engine was like itself, it was okay. It wasn't too bad. Mainly it was the controls are a bit funny, but it's hard to kind of judge it's kind of hard to give an opinion on what the actual Metroid Prime game is going to be like, having just played this sort of sport tutorial rip-off thing. Anyway, next thing I played was I played Skylanders, the new one coming out, that's going to have the Skylanders and also Amiibos. So what they had there, they had the Bowser and the Donkey Kong Skylander, and they're designing the Skylander style, and they've got sort of the Skylander base, and at the bottom of it, it looks really bad. There's like a little switch. I hope it's not the final version. There's this little switch that you do and you flick it to Skylander version or Amiibo version. Amiibo. You know what? I pronounced it about 20 different fucking ways when I was there. I can never say it the same way. Anyway, I had the switch, so you could switch it to which one. So you can use it on your Amiibo, on your gamepad, or on your Skylanders dome thing. I've never played Skylanders before. It didn't look all that good. But I played a bit of Skylanders. I've not played the game before. I was Donkey Kong riding around in the car, shooting things and throwing bongos at stuff. I don't see what all the kids like about Skylanders. Maybe it's just the toy factor of it, but it just kind of looked like just a third person platformer. Yeah, 3D. Yeah, that was it. It was all right though. You know, it was nothing offensive. I'm not really picking it up. Then what else did I play? Chibi Robot. Played that on the 3DS. That was quite cool. So this is a 2D platformer. It's just on the 3DS, and you're playing as Chibi Robot. I've never played the Chibi Robot series before, but I'd sort of recognised parts of it. With like the whole, you're swinging this giant plug, and you plug into things, and you've got a battery and whatnot. So yeah, played the first level of that. It was a good solid platform. I really enjoyed it. So how you sort of, you know, you get around the level by jumping and whatnot, but you've also got your plug socket that you can throw at things. So you throw it at things, and there's other things that you throw it like blocks that get in your way, and then there might be ledges, so you need to throw them at a certain part of the ledge so you can get up on top. But then sometimes the ledge you need to get on is right above you, so you've got to shoot it so it fires off the wall and gets the ledge above. It was things like that. That was alright. I couldn't really get used to the analog stick controller on it on the 3DS, so I was using the direction pad a lot. But it was alright. I mean, it seemed quite interesting. Didn't really grab me too much graphically. It wasn't. Yay! It looked a bit shoddy actually. Maybe it was a demo version. It was a demo version actually, but it didn't look that good. Yeah. And then what else did I do? Oh, they had while I'm getting the name of the next game, they had a big sort of Amiibo cabinet. Amiibo, what the fuck? They had a big cabinet of toys. I was looking at them. So they had all the ones there. They were pretty cool. I want them all. I was really annoyed because I thought, oh, maybe they'll give out some like free samples or something, and they didn't. And there was like some of the people who were working there, like had like the Yoshi Woolly Amiibo, which is going for like 45 quid at the moment. And I sort of went, oh, like, did they give that to you? Is that like a prize? And they're like, no, this is like, I've bought this myself. So people had like their own Amiibos from the Nintendo stuff that they brought with them apparently, which was pretty weird. I kind of thought they'd give them to use, and I kind of thought maybe there'd be some free ones to give, but apparently not. What was the other ones? What we done here? Let's have a look. Oh, Yokai Watch. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit weird. I'm just pulling it up now. Yeah. I kind of like the looks of that. That looked like a fun little game. I didn't actually get a chance to play that one because there was someone in front of me with a video camera, like filming, and they were filming for ages. So while they were doing that, I was sort of playing. I started playing Super Smash Bros because they had Super Smash Bros stand there. And I was like, oh well, I'll wait for them to get off. But basically by the time they'd gone and then I went over there was a huge queue for it, and I kind of had a look at it and I thought, yeah, I mean, it looks all right. So I can't really give an opinion on that, but they did have that there. It looks all right. It didn't really grab me. And then what was the other big one they had? They had the Mario and Luigi new Paper Mario game. They had that there, which I did play around with for a little bit. That was quite fun. That was quite enjoyable. I've played the Mario and Luigi series. I've dabbled with Paper Mario, but it's never been like a big thing for me too much. I kind of don't get the fuss of it all. But played a bit of that. It was on the 3DS. It was pretty cool. It worked quite well. It was a competent little one. There's nothing really much more to kind of say on that. I probably will pick it up because I'll be a bit intrigued by it. But I more so had a lot more fun with The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. That was definitely the 3DS game that was a 3DS game that I came away playing and went, yes, I need this game. I need this when this comes out. And I hope it has online co-op. And I hope it's fucking drop in and drop out. That was it. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. For the Wii U, it was definitely StarFox. But I'm probably relying on, that's probably nostalgia seeping into me, and we need to kill and eliminate nostalgia at all costs, because you just can't have it affect your judgment sometimes. But it looks alright. It didn't look alright. It looked like it could have been a lot fucking better, and I hope becomes a lot of a better game. Anyway, so that was just this sort of thing on Nintendo on the free follow-up. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to catch up on everything that happened at E3, and we're posting up a lot of these videos giving my reactions, because I want it's kind of like wait for the ground to settle